today I just want to share with you a few principles that I've learned in my 2 decades plus of working in this field. The first principle is that you need to be ready. You need to be ready to be a writer or creator. I'm not just talking about books here. I'm talking about speaking, podcast, film, music, whatever it is. You need to be ready. So let me ask you this. Do you have life lessons that you've already experienced to bring to your work? Do you have are you emotionally aware? This does not mean you've had all the great therapy you need to have in your life and you've got everything sorted out. It means, are you at least emotionally healthy enough to know what your personal pitfalls are and to know where you can talk about things without your head getting in the way, to know that you are able to have conversations about specific things without drudging up things from your past that are going to be difficult? Are you emotionally aware? And then the third thing is, do you have the mental space for creating? I think few things are more sad than people feeling like this intense passion for doing this thing. They don't actually have the capacity to do it at the particular phase of life they're in. So they try, they fail, and they never touch it again. Some of you are meant to be doing something right now. Some of you, your phase of life is going to dramatically change in 3 or 4 years. There's no harm in waiting. I know there are some motivational coaches who would think that was heresy, what I just said. If you're feeling it now, you do it now. And I'm saying you might be feeling it now to give yourself some time to get ready so that when you do it, you're ready. That is the magic I've witnessed throughout my career. I've seen lots of people try to do things before they were ready, and it's kind of a tragedy. When you're doing it at the time you're ready, it's remarkable. So, get ready first. Principle number 2, be ready with a message that only you can give. And for you fiction writers, I'm talking to you too. Be ready for a story that only you can tell. Be ready for a song that only you can write. Be ready for a film that only you can create. So ready means in a suitable state for a situation, fully prepared, easily available. It is critical that you find a message that is unique. I've come across so many people in my career who just want to write for the sake of writing. They want to release a book for the sake of saying they had a book. They want to do a podcast because they've always wanted to have a podcast. That's great. But if you don't have something to say that's unique to cut through those 2 million podcasts and those 1 million books and that $12 billion Netflix is investing, I don't care how amazing your marketing plan is, how great you've captured the person in your mind that you want to reach. If you don't have something that's going to break through the clutter for them, you're not going to be successful. And we've all had experiences with that, right? There are people that you maybe chose to follow on social media that you've chosen to unfollow. Ask yourself why that is. There are people that you've maybe read one book and you didn't read their second book. Ask yourself why that is. There are podcasts you listened to the first 2 episodes and you never went back. Ask yourself why that is. So part of being unique is cutting through this content. So here's an interesting exercise. Think of someone you admire that is in the space that you want to be in, that you can currently look at as someone that you're kind of modeling yourself after, or that you admire the work they do. Maybe you already do have an idea that's different enough from theirs, but think of that person. I'm literally giving you 2 minutes to think about it. So really, truly, identify that person and make sure you have them in your head. Write it down in your notebook. Now I want you to try to capture the similarities between you and them. List everything you think makes you similar to them or that makes the work that you're doing similar to theirs. And write that down. Now I want you to consider in what ways your message, your story, your song, your film idea is different or could be different. And at the risk of bursting anybody's bubble, if you do not have an answer to this question, in my humble opinion, based on my experience of what I've seen, your message, your story, your songs, your film are not ready. Because truth be told, the dirty little secret of this industry is, it is hard to break through the clutter. And even when you have something that's unique, it still takes some luck. But you have a better chance with something that has not been done, something that has not been said, than just a reboot of something that's already had success. And I truly believe this. I believe there's always a new way to say something. The classic story of good versus evil is the classic story of good versus evil that has played out since the beginning of time. And plenty of successful people have found new ways to tell that story. There aren't a lot of things yet to discover about the concept of faith if you're writing nonfiction. And plenty of people have found new ways to teach faith. So I don't want this to discourage you. I just want it to be something that you put in your toolbox so that when you're trying to get somebody to pay attention to this thing you've created and nobody's biting, this might be a legitimate reason. And it doesn't mean that the work product you've created is bad or uninteresting or boring. It means perhaps you haven't taken the time to step back and say, what is unique about this? What am I trying to say that nobody has said before? What about this story is fresh? It's a powerful, powerful question if you're willing to go through the exercise.